Alrighty, folks, we're going to talk about the 8th accountability group and the first one on Saturdays in our school community called One Rental at a Time. We now have accountability call 7 days a week. They are on various topics like out-of-state investing, ladies of ORAT, real estate agent slash broker. And now, thanks to Cody Davis, we now have a session called Gen Z. We are looking to get a lot of younger investors started down the right path. And I could not imagine anybody better running that group than this young man right here, a multimillionaire, started building wealth at 18, got it first purchase at 19, and has been a rocket ship since then. Cody, thank you for saying yes. Thank you for joining the group. So how was your first accountability call?
It was great. We were 50-50 Gen Z and on up. So I named it Gen Z Plus.
There you go. Okay, Gen
But
Z Plus. I like that.
yeah, it was wonderful. Got to hear a lot of people's stories and take down notes of what people are working on, where they're feeling stuck, and where we want to go. So there's a mix of experienced people that they've gotten to financial independence. And then there's some people that showed up and they're like, oh, I'm working on getting my first rental. So it was a good mix. And the nice thing is with accountability calls, it's not like it's a lesson. So it's just a really interactive space. You get to hear from not just me who's hosting it, but from other people that have been in it and have been doing it and get different perspective. It's exciting. And I think it's going to continue to grow.
Yeah, I think Gen Z Plus is absolutely the right name because, of course, in anything one rental at a time, if you're, we are one family and one group. So I think Gen Z Plus is a wonderful twist in name. I will start referring to it that as well. The Gen Z part is just really you, right? And you're right, the host of it, kind of separating that. But Gen Z Plus, and again, the reason for me to getting one on Saturday was so important because I believe Saturday could be very quickly become the most attended accountability group because, again, Monday through Friday, you have a lot of work commitments. Sunday mornings, you obviously have a lot of folks that go to church. But Saturday morning was always the missing hole in our calendar. And now, you have one led by yourself that I think very quickly is going to become the most attended one. And I love the fact that you've got support from the community, right? People have been in the game longer. And again, that's really what makes our group unique is we are all going one direction. And we also all know that we still have stuff to learn and we may know stuff that can help others. So if you're, Gen Z and just getting started or, you're someone in the game a decade and you've got some wealth, if Saturday works for you, I would definitely join the call. Cause I think what you're going to find is when you regularly show up to the call is you will start to build relationships, but you'll also get energized. That's one of the things that's always important is keeping your mind right. Sometimes, real estate is hard. Sometimes real estate is slow. Sometimes you make mistakes. And if you just live in your own head, it can go to a dark place. So I love getting in a group once a week, ideally with a lot of the same people and having it growing because that's just been a positive experience from what I've seen.
Have you ever seen those impossible puzzles?
I have. Yeah.
So when I think of this group, I think of an impossible puzzle and one that's ever growing because you got to hear information a couple times to really grasp it. And based on when you hear it in your journey, it's going to click different. So
Mm-hmm.
what I like is you get all these different people in a room weekly and you get a puzzle piece that fits at one spot in your puzzle. But then, you might hear it again in a month or two from someone else from a slightly different perspective. And then you got this piece that's way out here and you start filling in the gaps. And you don't really get that if you're just hearing it once or you're just hearing it from, the Grant Cardone of the world or the Dave Ramsey. It's many different perspectives on the same journey. So you start to fill
Yeah.
in the puzzle.
Yeah, there's a couple of thoughts when I hear that. There's nothing like that sound, that click when something snaps into place, right? It makes a unique sound, and when you hear the right thing and it just fits when you need it, it's just like I got it. It's just this wonderful like bolt of lightning or bolt of energy. It's pretty cool. The other thing I think about our community is it's the people, right? It truly is the community that makes One Rental at a Time unique because everybody wants everybody to win. We don't operate with a negative mindset, right? We're all here trying to go one direction. We're all wealth builders, and that's really what I think makes ORAT powerful. Is we're all building wealth, and we're not taking from someone else. And by getting in a group like ours and getting into a subset of a group like the Saturday accountability call, it's just a way to stay engaged. Um, and again, by staying engaged, not only are you getting value, but you're probably giving value to someone else. And I don't think people really appreciate, even if you have one unit, or shoot, even if you have no units, but you have a buy box and you've been looking at it for 6 months, you can help somebody else get started, right? You're always 1 or 2 steps ahead of someone else, and somebody else is 1 or 2 steps ahead of you. And we provide the platform, the community to grow efficiently.
Well, yeah, and I like being there because I get to learn from other people too. I mean, there's just so many stories, and it's not so much the like I did this and this and this. It's the concept because you can
Mhm.
apply the concept to what you're working on, and so I love being there personally just for that.
Yeah, it's really fun to be a part of groups like this because again, as a content creator, sometimes you forget what you don't know or you forget how you learned it, and sometimes just the questions can spark ideas, and it really allows us to get better, right? And we're still learning. That's the beauty of real estate investing. Even if you've been in the game as long as I have, 25 years, um, I'm still learning nearly every week, and a lot of it's because of our community, because people are asking new questions, and it's different in Ohio versus Michigan versus Texas, and I just love our community so much.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to be part of it. I really did appreciate the invite originally. I think that was a week ago. Now I'm level
Yeah.
4, almost level 5.
Cody's loving it.
Yeah, I do like the
Well,
level thing.
yeah, little gamification there for you. Well, why don't we talk about it? You're in your car doing this again. It means a lot to me that it's important enough for you to break out of your daily tasks. I think you're in front of your 5 unit, which is about to become a 9 unit, right? That where you at?
Yeah, so I actually am. It's the ugly duckling. So basically, you can kind of see it, but metal roof,
Yep.
stucco exterior. And so it's a building there. You got another building over there. So it's right now it's a duplex and a triplex with one commercial unit.
Mm.
And I'm actually here with one of my contractors because we are going in and getting all the measurements. We're gonna have to install new cabinets and new kitchen for one of the units. But other than that, I mean, we're pretty much all set, and we're doing a couple extra things that I didn't originally budget for. You know, spend like $1,000 here or there to make the tenant satisfaction level
Mm.
higher. And while it's maybe not best for the budget, an extra couple thousand to have a happy tenant when you're shrinking their unit goes a
Yeah.
long ways. I mean,
No,
that could be the vacancy
absolutely.
cost.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And a turnover at this point, a couple of $1,000 to keep them happy is a quarter of what a full turnover would be.
absolutely. And when this is all said and done, you know, the value is basically going to be double
Oh,
what we
easy.
paid for it. And
Yeah.
so I'm super stoked about that. And just I'm getting to meet some of the tenants and work with them. So one of them, the prior owner, right before they sold, did a huge rent bump, and they can't really afford it. So the way I did it is they're maintaining the lawn, and I'm giving them a concession.
There you
So
go.
it, you know, making value add wins for both parties, and she was so happy. I mean,
Nice.
you know, you
Good
got
for
to be
you.
as
Be a
happy as you
good
can
person.
with. You got to be because she was talking about, well, I got to give up my cable and got to lower my cell phone plan. I'm like, well, how much does that realistically cost? And so we just
Mm.
put a dollar amount to it, and you can't do that all the time. But I'm grateful that you buy good enough deals where you can. And speaking of, I'm buying a deal. I made a disrespectful offer, first one ever.
Nice.
Yeah, they were listed at 175. Sounds like going mutual at 115.
Say okay, okay. Listed at 175. How long was it listed?
2 weeks.
Okay, so 2 weeks. You went, you saw it, you said, "Hey, I'll take it, but I only take it at this price."
Uh huh.
And tell us what. So you. It sounds like you wrote it up.
Yep. Wrote it up.
Did you write it up at
115,000.
115, or is 115 the negotiated price?
I wrote it at 115.
Okay.
And
No.
I'm gonna have to spend about 55,000 renovating it. That's gonna
But
consist of a new roof. That's
mhm.
doable. And then um, there's 4 residential and 1 commercial. So
Nice.
I think when it's all said and done, it's worth about 80,000 cumulatively per unit
So a
based on the
door,
rest of.
80K a door. Yeah.
Right. So, and then the commercial is going to be worth maybe 45 to 50. So I'm sitting around 370,000 valuation. with an all-in basis with closing costs and holding costs of probably like 180, 190. And I want to do a burr and leave the equity in, but have a free building that's got a new
Nice.
roof. And yeah, it's exciting. But the disrespectful offer thing, I didn't do that for a long time, and first one, and it landed.
Folks, I mean, again, you got to remember the environment we're in. This is a buyer's market. Cody would not have gotten this building 3 years ago in a seller's market. It would have likely gone for at or very close to list price, even in its ugly condition. This is what makes buyer's markets so powerful. This is what makes buyer's markets so short. Is there's very few people. Everybody's scared. Everybody's reading the headlines, and everybody's not doing anything. It's the movers and shakers like Cody who are out there shopping that are going to get deals of a lifetime. I promise you this much, Cody. In 3 years, when you tell this story, people are either A, not going to believe you, or B, call you lucky. You're not lucky. You're doing the work when everybody's not. You're doing what Warren Buffett says. When everybody's running scared, you're running in. And it's guys like us that create deals of the decade or deals of a lifetime in buyer's markets. So I applaud you for that effort. And there is no doubt in my mind that in 6 months or so, however long the seasoning period is, you'll be able to burr out of this, own the building free and clear, and cash, or have no debt in the deal, excuse me, none of your own capital in the deal, and still be cash flowing, which magically becomes an infinite return.
Well, and the interesting thing is on the lucky thing, right? When I got started, I had to pay a higher price than everyone else to get in.
Mm-hmm.
And now people call me lucky. It's like, oh, well, you just bought it at the right time. It's like I was overpaying on terms that worked. And now I'm doing the disrespectful offer thing, and the complete opposite, and people are still going to say it's lucky. It's like you just got to play where the goalposts are at, and
Yes, sir.
if you don't have any money, pay a little more.
Yeah,
If you have
figure
money,
out
pay less.
I love it. I love it. Cody, you're amazing, man. I'm so happy you're in the group. So happy that you are leading a group, accountability calls. It is Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Pacific, correct?
Yep, every week.
Very, very cool, Cody. You're amazing, man. Give us your closing thoughts, and we'll wrap this one up.
When you're getting started, try and find the most efficient path to your goal. And unfortunately, the most efficient path might be with really ugly buildings. But you can start there. You don't have to stay there.
Amen. Amen. You can end up with new construction if you want in trade up and things of that nature, which Cody has done. And he will keep being a leader inside school and leading our Saturday accountability call. Cody, you're amazing. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.